Hey everybody, it's Mr. Hasquin, and I'm back with more things that you should know by being alive. And I want to talk today about the Supreme Court case Texas v. Johnson from 1989. I want to look at the context of the case, what happened, and the Supreme Court's decision, the dissent on the decision, and why it matters for First Amendment rights. So, the First Amendment protects freedom of speech, including symbolic speech. In the 1980s, America faced some debates over patriotism and protest during the era of Ronald Reagan. And this particular Supreme Court case tests whether flag burning is protected speech under the First Amendment. So, what happened? In 1984, during the Republican National Convention in Dallas, Texas, a man named Gregory Lee Johnson, who was a political activist, burned an American flag in protest of Reagan administration policies. Now, Johnson was arrested under a Texas law prohibiting the desecration of venerated objects, including the flag. So he was convicted, he was sentenced to a year in prison, and also fined $2,000. Johnson, of course, appealed the decision, and he argued that flag burning was expressive conduct, and it was protected by the First Amendment. Texas, on the other hand, argued that the state had an interest in, one, preserving the flag as a symbol of national unity, and two, preventing breaches of the peace. Okay? This case worked its way all the way up to the U.S. Supreme Court. So, when it came to the court case in 1989, the Supreme Court ruled in a 5-4 decision in favor of Johnson. Justice William J. Brennan, writing for the majority, said, "Burning the flag as political protest is expressive conduct protected by the First Amendment. The government cannot prohibit expression simply because society finds it offensive or disagreeable. There was no evidence that Johnson's actions caused or threatened to cause a breach of peace, as the state of Texas had argued." Now, the dissent, on the other hand, Chief Justice William Rehnquist and 3 other justices all dissented from the majority. They argued that the flag is a unique symbol, it's a unique national symbol, and the government can protect it. And also, burning the flag deeply offends many Americans, and laws can reflect that value. Now, as far as the aftermath of the court decision and the public reaction, the decision was, as you can guess, highly controversial. It sparked debates about patriotism, protest, constitutional rights, and Congress even passes the Flag Protection Act of 1989 in response to the court's decision. Right, but in 1990, the Supreme Court struck down in 1990. They struck it down, and the case was United States v. Eichmann, and reaffirming their decision in Texas v. Johnson. And the ruling in Texas v. Johnson remains a key precedent in protecting symbolic speech in the United States. Why does Texas v. Johnson matter? Well, the case reaffirmed, one, that the First Amendment protects speech even when it's unpopular or offensive. And it also reaffirmed that the government cannot prohibit expression simply because it disagrees with the message. It reminds us that freedom of speech means protecting speech that we may even strongly disagree with. So, wrapping this up here, Texas v. Johnson was more about the flag, more than just a flag here. It was about the strength of free speech in a democracy. Because if you can burn a flag as a form of speech and have the right to do so, it's almost the strongest form of speech you can have. If you've liked the video, if you've learned something new today, if you have strong opinions and want to share them, please comment and follow or share this, and I'll make more things you should know by being alive. Because understanding cases like Texas v. Johnson helps us appreciate the power and responsibility that exists under the First Amendment. Thanks for watching.